Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to work with Microsoft Azure Container Instance through Azure CLI. In the previous video we've created Azure Container Instance using the portal. So in this video we are going to use Azure CLI. Azure CLI is a command line interface where we can run AZ commands, and these commands can be run from either your computer installing Azure CLI, which you can download it from Microsoft website, but we will use the shell, Azure shell from the portal. And so within that Azure shell we have two options: bash, we can run bash commands, or the PowerShell commands. Azure CLI runs in the bash shell. So here you can see that there are these commands here. The first question is, do we need to remember these commands? I would say not really. We don't need to remember these commands. These commands are available on Microsoft websites within the documentation, number one. Number two, the help is so easy to get. You can get these commands right from within the shell, and I will show you from where. And once you get the command, you can just change the command according to your requirement. For example, I got this command, and here it says Azure group is for to create a group. This command will be for resource group, and then here we are going to create a new resource group. The name of the resource group will be this. You can choose any other name, and the location will be this. In the same manner, we will create then a container in this resource group. Again, AZ command, it is for the container, and we will create that container within this resource group that we just created, and the name of the container will be this, and the image address will be this. And here we can use a DNS name as this name. So here we need to make sure that within this command, actually I'll leave it as is just to show you an error message. So once the container is created, then we can check the status of the container, and later we can delete. So for now, what I will do, I will copy this command. And so we will copy this. I will provide you these commands within the video description as well, and we will jump to our portal. And within the portal, we will open the shell. So shell, once you're opening here, if you don't have a storage account attached to the shell, then it will ask you to create one. You can just create it, because it needs that temporary memory where it can run commands, and so that will be that temporary memory. And once you can delete the storage later on as well. And here it says this will create a new storage account for you, and this will incur a small monthly cost, and you can view the pricing. You know, this is very, it's I mean just to run in the test lab environment, it doesn't even charge anything, provided that we delete the lab at the end of the day, or maybe within 24 hours. Okay, so I waited for about 10-15 minutes on this, and then I got this error message. Actually, it's not an error message. The shell is working, and it's saying that your cloud shell is the cloud shell session will be ephemeral, so no files and system changes will persist beyond this current session. Now sometimes this happens because of the storage account was not it was not able to create a storage account for this shell, and we can basically check that out right from here. If I can refresh this, I'm not able to find the storage account. And if I go into the notification, and sometime it does that, but I'm not going to troubleshoot that at the moment. I'll just so we will be able to run all of the commands, but in the session, nothing will be saved within this. Let's say we create a file. Normally it goes into that storage until you delete that storage. The file will be there. So for now, we can just run the commands. So the very first command that I'm going to run is create. So this command, which is to create the resource group, and here we can just paste and wait. So this is basically creating that resource group command, and here at the same time, actually before doing that, I can create the container as well. And going into the container, so I'll copy that, and it's running it. So this command will fail, and I wanted to show you the error message. Most of the time the error messages within these commands, PowerShell or bash commands, are very clear. Most of the time, sometimes it throws a general error message like this one. In here it's saying the dns-label aci-demo in the container group, this is not available. So which means that it's not available, it is in use. So it's a very common, it seems like a very common name. So all I need to do is to basically, I will add a few words before this name to just make it unique. and try again. So at this point it is creating the container, just like in the portal. When we create a container, it takes a few minutes and then create all of the resources around that. So here, when creating a container, it will take some time because it's creating a container. Number one, a container, a place where it can run the image, and the image it's going to run is this one, which is a hello world sample application within this resource group. And since we have provided the resource group, it will be and the region will be selected automatically as part of the resource group. So so this will take few minutes and then we will continue afterward. Actually, it's done. So it's done. So the resource, so container is created, and sometime it will take, be ready to just don't be surprised that sometime it will take like I mean a bit longer than expected. So here it was really fast. So now I'm gonna just check the container. So this is how we can show a container. I'm just checking. So the container is created, and the image with this image, and the IP address is assigned this. So this is one way of verifying the container is running. The other way of verifying is exactly the same way as we do with the portal. So I'm gonna refresh all my resources and see that the container is created. We can click on the container, and from here we can, so it will provide us the overview right here. You can just take the public IP address, or you can also take the FQDN, since we created a DNS name for this. DNS name is just a name for this public address, and in here you can just run this command. So once you run it, if you see this website, so basically in that image, that website is hosted. So this is acting as a web app, and so container is working perfectly fine. So the next command that we need to run is to just clean up the resources. So the way we can clean up the resources is we can go to here and open the bash shell. We can basically delete it from the console as well, but first of all I'm going to delete the container. So it's asking that you really want to delete the container. Once it is deleted, then we can delete the resource group as well. So I'm going to go back, and here we can list the container output just to see that if it is deleted. So once it is done, so it is deleting the container, and it is. So I'm going to list it right here, and it's nothing, showing nothing. And now we can just delete the resource group. So the way we can delete the resource group is just group delete. Now let's say if you don't have these commands available, and you just remember the first few words. So I'm going to show you here that how this can be done as well. All you need to type is once this is done, it is now deleting the resource group. Just wait for a few moments, then I'll show you an easy way to basically run these commands without going into Microsoft documentation as well. So it's deleted now. In order to get these commands, let's say if you're not able to find the help, so all you can do is type AZ, and then you need to type let's say you need to type you need to get the help for the command group. And so here what you can do, you can put 2 hyphens and type help. So if you type help here, it will give you the help of this command. So here it's saying that in this group command there can be more. You can create, delete, exist, export, and list. All these commands are part of this group command. Let's say if you want to create something and you still need some examples on creating the group account, so what you can do is that group, and then type the word create, and you don't know what parameters are required. So here again you can type help. So once you type, now here it gives you the command, the help in specific to the create command. So it's saying that the syntax is a group create, and then these are all of the parameters that can be used. But if you don't want to remember the parameters, you can use an example as well. So right from here you can still take this, and this is exactly the same thing what we used earlier, and you can right click, copy, and then put it here, and then you can basically change the name. So here you can change, if you want to change the location, here you can say my demo rg0001 and enter. So this will create the group account, and it is created. And let's say if you want to delete something, so let's delete by getting this command. So delete, and instead of remembering, what I can do, I can take the help and then I can take the example here. So within this, I'm going to copy. So I pressed Control C. Let's say if that worked. Yes, Control C is working. And what was our group name? So I just need to bring the same, exactly same group name, and our group name that I created, my demo. So in here I can copy. As you can see, it's so easy. So it's mostly copy paste. So here you can just, so first of all, let me remove this. Yes, you need to take care of the spaces here and then enter. So it's asking to delete this and the resource group is deleted. So in this video, we've seen that how to create a container and verify setting using Azure CLI. Thank you for watching this video.